Whoa, happy Monday and welcome to episode number 1 of KimBits. I have been thinking about doing this for at least a year because, let me think, 2 years ago, I removed my solo episodes. No, I guess that was a year ago from the Positive Productivity podcast. And a lot of people were coming back and saying, but we really like those. We really like those short bits. So I thought, what better way than to bring them back than to be going live on YouTube for you, my YouTube family, every weekday between 9 and 10 a.m. Now, I do realize that on the day this one goes out, it's a little bit later. Progress over perfection, right? We can't wait until everything's perfect to get started. And I actually waited a year on this because number one, I wanted a logo created for KimBits. Do you see a logo anywhere here? Because I haven't made it yet. If you do see a logo, it's because it's been added later on. I don't know. I don't even know if that's worth our time. And that's something that so many entrepreneurs get hung up about. They want perfection before they push go. They want their website completely built out. They want their logo perfect. They want their whole funnel built out. Well, guess what? If you're not out there and getting visible, then nobody's going to even go when it is launched. So you need to get out there. And I think that was the final key for me, is that I need to be getting out there. So do you. I help my clients get out there all the time. I'm a business and marketing automation strategist, and I help them build their funnels and their automation. And then I remind them that our businesses are not the field of dreams. This is not if we build it, they will come. It's you work on building it, but you need to go out there and help people and get people's attention and build community. And regardless of whether you get onto YouTube and there's nobody there with you, keep on doing it anyway, because at some point you're going to help somebody. So my intention with KimBits again is to come on Monday through Friday, hopefully at 9, but sometime between 9 and 10, and be here answering questions, talking about whatever's on my mind for the day. And the reason why I say 9 to 10 is between 9 and 10 is in case you don't know who I am yet. I am Kim Sutton. I'm the host of the Positive Productivity Podcast. I'm a mom of 5. As of the date of this recording, they are ages 5. I have 5-year-old twins, 17. Some days there's going to be soccer practices in the morning, and then I have 2 starting in kindergarten in the fall, hopefully in person. Please, don't need to get into a debate. This will be a debate-free channel, although occasionally my opinion might slip in there, but I'm hoping that they will be in school because my husband and I are equipped to handle 2 kindergartners at home. And the biggest part of my business is to help entrepreneurs get out of their business and back into bed, or back to the people and the activities that they love. Yes, I did say back into bed, and I mean sleep, people. I'm not talking about, the other activities, although I do have 5 kids and I understand how that happens. Because it's positive productivity, there will be days when kids walk into the room. When I'm doing this, has just happened because I didn't think to lock the door. But again, I want you to remember progress over perfection. You don't need to worry about being perfect. Now, one of the subjects that I wanted to share with you today is how I overcame stage fright. And it scares me silly to be here with you today. But when I was in high school, either a sophomore or a junior, by the way, that was my child who will be a freshman in a couple weeks, and he knows how to be quiet when he comes into my office. The other ones, on the other hand, don't necessarily. But when I was in high school, so 25 years ago, I ran for class office. I think my my junior year. I wanted to be the class treasurer. I have no idea why. I didn't even like money. I knew that I did not want to be an accountant like my parents. I went to a large suburban school. There were about 600 or 700 kids per class. And my high school, the actual building, had grades 10 through 12. And I'm just setting this up for you so you know what I'm talking about. So 2,100 kids in this building. Well, running for class meant that we had to give a speech over the PA system. And I was so nervous behind the microphone that my voice started shaking so much. I didn't even know. I have never experienced that same type of thing since. But I had kids coming up to me for the rest of the day. Kim, were you crying? Kim, were you crying? Are you okay? Did something happen? I was just so nervous that I couldn't handle it. I would not get behind a microphone again for, let me think, that was about, I'm so dating myself here, another 15 years, maybe 20 years, and that was 25 years ago. I would not get behind any type of microphone for another 20 years. And that was only because, and if you're in my community, you may know this, you may not. My husband's a video game designer. Both he and I, and our whole family, are video gamers. Yes, my brand is Positive Productivity, but that does not mean I do not play video games at all. But I needed to get on the microphone because we were playing a game called Rift, and we were in a tribe guild, and we were doing raid fights, and they needed me on a microphone so that I could tell them what I was doing, where the aggro was coming from. I know you probably can't believe that I'm talking about video games again when I do productivity, but being productive, however you want to say it, during the day gives me that time at night and on weekends to play with my family and with the online friends that I have. But anyway, I needed to get behind the microphone to talk out the boss fights with them. So I got a little bit more comfortable. And then as my business grew, I started my business in 2012. Around 2015, I was invited onto a podcast, and I loved every second of it. It was Mark Mowini's Natural Born Coaches. I loved every moment of that, and he could feel it, and he gave me a recommendation to somebody else's podcast, and I got addicted. And then on October 4th, 2016, the Positive Productivity Podcast was launched, and tomorrow, episode 664 is going out tomorrow. So tomorrow is July 21st, 2020, and episode 664 is going out. You can find that at thekimsutton.com/podcast. I would love your ratings and reviews. And by the way, if you enjoy what I'm doing here, make sure to click like, turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel, and be back here every day, Monday through Friday, sometime around 9 o'clock Eastern, to engage in conversation with you. I can see comments as they're coming in. I think this is the first time that I have done this for YouTube. So yeah, I can see your comments if they're coming in while I'm broadcasting. So I would love to engage in a conversation with you. I will be doing Q&A Fridays, Q&A with Kim on Fridays. So if you have any specific questions, and even if you know that you can't be here, just shoot me a message. Go to thekimsutton.com and shoot me a message through the contact page. I would love to answer your questions on Fridays. But again, progress over perfection. Even when there's nobody there watching, just the show must go on. Somewhere, sometime down the road, somebody is going to find the message that you put out there that speaks to them, and you could save lives. So whatever you do, don't think about being too small. Don't worry about it not being perfect. Just put on a smile, get your message ready to share, and push go live. Now I'll be back tomorrow for another KimBit. And until then, go forth and make it a positive and a productive day.